Hey y'all. Wasn't nothing about to stop this show tonight, okay? Alright, now y'all can see me, I can see myself, so the show will go on. I was not gonna give up. Um I put spiritual attack because when I had tried to do the time, go live for like what the second or third time, it had did some BS. So I said 10:10 is what the time it is right now. It was supposed to be the live, but this is a spiritual attack. It's trying to stop me from doing my damn show. But and I literally, like, this is like the third or fourth, maybe fifth time that I tried to go live. But the devil works hard, but my God works harder. You know, I'm a hustler, baby. I just want you to know it ain't where I've been, but where I'm about to go, okay? So yeah, we wasn't about to let that get in the way. If some of y'all got lost in the sauce and y'all end up seeing this video later, but you had came when we were initially live, appreciate you for coming back. Thank you so much. Sorry for the the malfunction and whatnot. Um, that's the thing about live shows. Technical difficulties are real. They do happen, and so unfortunately, y'all catch all that opposed to being able to edit and chop and screw, okay? Because you officially been chopped and screwed. Not me, though, because I always come up on top. Um, I wasn't going to let that stop me. So what I'm doing now is just basically making sure that we are indeed live on everything. This is exactly why I don't like to say what I'm doing before I do it. I wanted, people to know that I was going live tonight and what time they can catch me. So I had said on my Instagram, like, hey, going live at so and so time. Now, granted, I was late. I was on CP time anyway to begin with, but I just don't believe that was I don't believe what happened to the extent that it happened. See, initially that it was a coincidence. So initially, like, okay, you know what? I'm so rude. Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm PrissySolo. If you are new here, please join the realest on the internet between Twitch and YouTube. That's what I call my subscribers. We're a family here. I would love if you would come and join us and not let this be your first and last time here. If you are a returning subscriber from either YouTube or Twitch, I appreciate you and love you so much for being here. Okay? Now, what I was saying, back to what I was saying, I don't believe in coincidences. So I went and said this on Instagram hours ago. Well, and I really played myself at the time. I don't know. I was literally in bed watching YouTube and eating shrimp when I decided, hey, I'm gonna go live at 9. So I really played myself at the time because your girl had to go wash her ass and keep on. Perfection like this takes time. So I had played myself at the time, but when I had decided I was gonna do the damn thing and it was time and I was ready, and I'm like, let me get the people, let me get the people ready. My laptop had told me that it was half, halfway battery. And I thought that, okay, cool. I wasn't going to make a long show anyway. I just hurry up and get around to doing it. And it wasn't going to be a long show anyway. So, fine. But before I can even get started, the laptop died. Now, that's my fault. That's completely my fault. That could have been avoided, right? So, that, I don't believe, witchcraft, But when I went to go, when I stayed calm when it happened, I was, like, okay, cool. I'll just switch spots of where I was going to go live at. I'll, stream on a different couch. And what I'll do is just basically move everything over to another room. And I'll just do it over here. No big deal, right? That way I can plug up my laptop and do it at the same time. Did not make a big deal. I didn't get upset. I didn't get to, why me? None of that, right? So as I'm picking up my stuff and moving it, literally stuff just starts falling, breaking, just a hot mess. I'm talking about like a chain, like just a hot mess. And I was like, yeah, I see. I said the devil's busy, but my God is busier. So I called for my kill to come help me. We got it together. Now the devil was upset with me because I didn't get upset, right? Apparently, because next thing you know, as I'm trying to start streaming and I come up, with the name and I'm ready and I'm like, okay, I'm in a new spot. I got this everything plugged up. Now all of a sudden the camera ain't working. Now the camera is glitched and I can't even start a new stream because it just automatically started back up on the stream. No, it started up on the stream of its own. I'm like, okay, if it works, I don't mind. Like, I'll just start off from the last stream or whatever, wherever I picked up off, whatever, it don't matter. Well, the camera wasn't working. It was literally frozen on like the last still shot from when I was maybe 20 minutes prior. I'm like, okay, now you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna do the show. Get over it. Get over it. I'm like, this is a spiritual attack because I was about to go live at 10:10. Not on purpose, just so happened to be 10:10 when I was about to, press live and whatnot. What happens then? Can I post a tweet? Camera starts glitching. Okay, so I said, you know what? I'm about to actually light a candle and start all this shit over. And now that's what I did. I exited out of every tab, rebooted, restarted, and here we are. And here we are for the show because what? Because who? I wasn't about to quit now. I was like, I'm rejuvenated. I feel well rested. You know what I'm saying? And I was able just to identify what it was. I said, you know what? That's what I get for going on Instagram and telling everybody what time. I was just knowing damn well my family is on YouTube and Twitch. So, it's fine. It is what it is. It actually just kind of like clarifies for me a lot of things, a lot of stuff that I've been thinking, a lot of stuff that I haven't told anybody this, but a New Year resolution of mine was, and it's funny that I made a New Year resolution because I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, but I had told myself one, and I said I'm gonna start my Twitch channel and really start going live on my YouTube and my Twitch multiple times a week, like really like. I wasn't going to start on New Year's, January 1st. That wasn't it. But I written it down. And I was like, when I begin, I'm really going to put the time into my show and myself and, PrissySolo and doing the damn thing. So, because this is really what I like. This is what I'm going to do. So I was just like, I'm going to work. So, we didn't come and do a live on Monday. I didn't start off the week with y'all. I did need some time. You know what I'm saying? Like, the good thing about now being independent, I could take those times and those, breathers for me. And then earlier in the week, I had some shit going on with me where I felt like, I felt some kind of way. I felt something, where it was like, I didn't really know how I felt. I couldn't even describe it if somebody was to ask me how you feeling, but I just felt like, like unmotivated, I guess is the word for it. So I just took a couple of days. I didn't really go hard on myself and make myself feel no kind of way. I knew this week wasn't going to go past without me doing 2 to 3 live streams for sure. I just told myself, like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it done. And just, I had to take, it was just a matter of timing. And I randomly said today. So I'll be here Thursday and Friday for sure. We'll talk more tomorrow about the rest of the schedule for the week. But if you did start your week on Monday opposed to Thursday like me, I hope y'all had a prosperous week. I hope that y'all felt a lot better and sure of yourselves through the week. I was doing what I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't just like lounging, but I was lounging. But I also was like, I did what I was supposed to do. I just didn't do me, if that makes any sense. I didn't do me. So here I am doing me. Okay? I'm drinking nothing but water. This is a hydrated show. Gotta stay hydrated. So, with that being said, regardless of whatever you are watching this on, appreciate you guys so much. So much. And like I said, if you're watching this on the playback and you was like, Prissy, I tried to come through, something was happening, something was going on, it's all good, it's all love. Just make sure you thumbs up this video, okay? Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Make sure you share it. Make sure other people find out who I am and what I'm talking about. Okay? Because it's some more realists out there. It ain't just you and I. You know what I'm saying? It's some more. So, tonight's show, I had named it Sibling Rivalry because I was going to talk about a lot more than just sibling rivalry, because I feel like sibling rivalry is kind of what's the word for it? Short. I mean, not short, but bland compared to all the trials and tribulations and stuff that you can have and go through with your sibling, opposed to just having a disdain or being jealous of them at one point, or competing for dad's attention, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Some of our sibling rivalry and our sibling relationships go a lot deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? So that is what this show is going to be about today. And I was thinking, so I wrote some notes down. And as I was thinking, and I'm going to say this throughout the show, because literally, even though I named it sibling rivalry and that's what the main squeeze is today, what has been a message for me all day today has been, thank God for growth and thank God for breakthroughs. You know what I'm saying? Thank God. So I'm going to say that throughout the show. Write that down. Thank God for growth. Thank God for breakthroughs. Because we could sit in a space like this and really chat about, this that happened back then is why I was feeling broken, or while I was feeling insecure, or while I was feeling alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, being able to pinpoint that is clarity, but being able to have been like, you know what, that's the past, that played that part in this, and I can identify that. But today I stand in a much higher space, a much higher place. And that wasn't an accident. I meant to say higher space, higher place. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's thank God for growth. You know what I'm saying? And for breakthroughs. I'm trying to figure out where to start at this point, because I know my story and I know what's typical, right? From the beginning of time, we've always heard about the first betrayal. You know, I'm saying not the first betrayal. The first betrayal was not what I was about to say. You probably heard about a different betrayal before I heard of one. But I've always, since the beginning of my existence, have heard about Cain and Abel, right? The brothers in the Bible where Cain killed Abel out of jealousy. And it was like one of those stories that like will be told forever, because they were brothers, and it was just like, it has so many symbolism as far as like, okay, can't trust nobody, your own family would do you, those closest to you would be the ones that backdoor you, all the, whatever, however you took it. And I was thinking, and I was like, that's a very broad story. That's just like a beginning to tell, because I feel like sibling rivalry is a lot more complex than that. You know what I mean? That's kind of extreme murder. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you didn't kill me, but you did hurt me. You broke something in me that I had to learn to repair on my own, and it took some time. It took other people to contribute to it before I actually was able to say, you know what, this is what you did to me, and I forgive you for it. Whether I said it to your face, or if I said it in my mind, in my heart, and soul, to God, whatever, right? So let's talk about it. So when I was, I always tell y'all this, but if you're new here, I'm number 5 out of 7 kids, okay? And growing up, I had lived at one point, practically, I would say, like, raised for like a short period of time with my sisters. I would say that I probably lived with them from maybe, like, let's say that's too soon. Let's say 3rd grade, 4th grade to 6th grade. You know what I'm saying? So a few years, not, I wouldn't say raised. I kind of pushed it, but and some of y'all are asking, well, why? Like, why did your sisters raise you for that period of time? And that's because my parents struggled with drug abuse, but that's not the point of this story, so we're going to continue to bypass that. So during that time that I lived with them and spent every waking day, not just them, it wasn't just my sisters, I have brothers too. I have, like I said, so brothers and sisters. We spent a lot of time growing up, and growing up together with your siblings when you have a big family can be interesting, It could be interesting. Um, it could be it could be chaotic, and it could be interesting. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, our siblings sometimes, and our parents and cousins, aunties, grandpa, grandma, whoever raised you, to so to speak, and who are around you during those pivotal times of your life. Pivotal times of your life is sometimes during your adult years. I ain't the one to tell you which ones because I'm young my damn self, but pivotal times I for sure could say, I think we all could agree, are our childhood years. Being a kid from the time you could remember. So like first grade up, second grade up, third, fourth grade. Those times when you discovering your body parts, and you realizing that you don't look like everybody. You don't got the same kind of clothes, that you ain't got. Everybody got different kind of a social status. You know what I'm saying? Who got both their parents in their households, who's mama on dope. That's when you at that age, when you able to, you outside, and you understand, things to the capacity that your child brain could understand things. So yeah, I was like very shy as a kid, only because when I was younger I wasn't shy. I was the type to really be like entertaining and up in everybody's faces. I was one of them, one of those, like, auntie come over, I'm talking your ear off and want to show you this and want to show you that. And I used to dance a lot as a kid. I would dance around. We had a pool at one point, I remember, and I would dance around our pool. So I was a very lively kid, but very little rough around the edges. And when I say by rough around the edges, I wasn't afraid to hop fences and double dutch and just be outside. You know what I'm saying? I was fun. But at the same time, I realized it was things that changed me. Like, it was things that, like, that's kind of like if you had no fear as a kid, and then you end up injuring yourself. So now you start kind of having reservations, like you're not as you know um, ambitious, not ambitious, but outgoing as you were. That spunk about you, that flair, because you kind of cautious. Now you're cautious. You was carefree before, but now I'm cautious. So I noticed that I felt like as a kid that I might have been very confident. I think, for my age, I don't think I would say I was shy to as a beginner, but over time I became very, very shy, very unsure of myself as a younger kid, and a lot of that had to do with being teased by my siblings. And it's crazy because there was so many of us, and a lot of times when I think, people say, and it's true, where they be like, oh, I know y'all had each other's back, or so many of y'all, you know what I'm saying, like, if somebody start with one of y'all, they had to deal with all of y'all. And a lot of a lot of older siblings, or just siblings in general, not even older, we could just say siblings in general, feel like I can beat up or tease my little sister, but if somebody from the outside try to do it, we're gonna square up. I'm gonna fight him. Like, it's not gonna go down. You can't, what I'm saying? I could beat up my little brother, but I'll kill a nigga if he tries to beat up my brother. That kind of mentality. But why is it that that's even tolerated to begin with, as far as you could do it? I could tease, I can beat up my sibling, but nobody else better not to. If anything, I think that that's detrimental, because although you have my back when we come out here against the world, I'm also going against you at home. I gotta deal with the outside world and fight with them. And you know what I'm saying, regardless if I got you by my side or not, that's a given. That's a for sure, that I'm gonna have enemies and people that just have a disdain for me, even if it's not a physical fight. That people that have a disdain for me, that say harsh things to me. They say things to bring me out of character, or to bring down my character, to break me, to make me upset, because they're jealous, because they spite me, because they dislike me. But I'm used to it by this time, because I dealt with this with my brothers and my sisters, opposed to my brothers and my sisters always spoke love and light to me. They spoke into me that you can't tell me shit. I can't listen to nothing you talking about because I know it's not true. To but I'm not like that because I had my sister telling me the same thing you saying. I'm ugly. Not saying verbatim. I'm just we're paraphrasing. This is an example. My brother told me, I'm dumb. So now when I get told this out by the guy I'm dating, opposed to me being angry, opposed to me putting my foot down, opposed to me removing myself from the situation and having enough, not courage, but enough, not even wisdom, but enough confidence in myself to be like, nah, that ain't it. Like, you just mad, you just upset, you just trying to bring me down. That ain't true. I know who I am. Nope, I'm beautiful. No, I'm very intelligent. I'm not used to hearing that. The same thing you said to me, I've been told that before. So now I'm thinking maybe it could be true. Maybe I am dumb. Maybe I am ugly. Because by this time you're the second, third person that told me this. They've been telling me this all my life. So if you saying it too, you kind of clarifying it for me. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it should never be war between family members because it's not building tough skin. You know what I'm saying? It's damaging. It's like it's damaging. It's not building tough skin. It's damaging. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Like I said, even if I'm able to be glued back together, even if we could fix it, it still is broken. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same anymore. It's kind of like this paper right here. I done balled it up, and even though I try to straighten it out, I'm trying to straighten it as much as I can. It's not the same anymore. You see how this side, it just still bends. The rest is cool for the most part. It's pretty straight. It's not all the way straight, but there's a piece right here that won't go back to normal anymore. It might stay up for a little bit, but look, there's a scar in it on the other side. So those scars is what I wanted to talk about. That sibling rivalry leaves, and sometimes kids is kids. A lot of times kids is kids. My sisters and brothers were kids their damn self when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have a notebook given to you on how to be a perfect person. You know what I'm saying? Well, kind of, the Bible kind of is our notebook on how to be a perfect person. But a lot of times hurt people hurt people. I always say this. I always attest to that. Hurt people hurt people. And so, they that's how, that's what they were told. That's how they feel. A lot of people project and whatnot. But sibling rivalry sometimes is not always something that starts in the hearts of each other, but sometimes that's planted in us, or some of us, is our siblings from parents. Since you always compare me to so and so. You don't treat me the same as so and so. So and so, I was just watching an episode of Everybody Hates Chris the other day, and Chris's mom had told him to like wash the dishes or something like that, whatever. And Chris has 2 younger siblings. He has a brother and a sister, and he was like, no. She was like, what? He was like, no. Like, you always tell me I always have to clean up after my siblings. Like, why don't you ever make Drew, or I can't remember the sister's name, why don't you ever make them, do it? And sometimes, as a kid, you don't even register it as mom's being unfair or dad's being unfair. Like, they're you know what I'm saying? You look at it as the sibling is a problem. Oh, they must think they're better than me because you feel like your parent treats them better than you. So now you have a disdain for your brother. Now you have some jealousy towards your brother because your parents, whether consciously or non-consciously. I don't know if that's a word, non-consciously. Let me look that up. That's a word, non-consciously. Did I just make up something? Whether they consciously or non-consciously, whether they meant to or they didn't mean to, inflicted not only insecurity within yourself, but a disdain for your sibling. And really that's beyond they control. And a lot of times us siblings, and this is coming from me being number 5, a lot of times kids, like I said, are kids, and that's why I was able to forgive and move forward with my siblings. But a lot of times kids, we do things and we say things too, you know what I'm saying? That's just kind of like, I don't know, like brat, either being a brat or whatever. What word did I say? I was about to look up non-consciously. I want to know. I really want to know if that's a word. Non-consciously. It's unconsciously. Non-conscious. But I don't, it's not non-consciously. I can't find that. I can't find that. Let me see. Not cautious. Unconscious. Okay. Yeah. I did that wrong. But it does say without awareness. It ain't, on dictionary.com, to be not conscious is to be without awareness. Okay? That's exactly what I was driving at. But whether they did it on purpose or not, like I said, treating you different from a sibling. I wasn't. My brothers were allowed to do a lot more, way more than I ever was, just off of being a girl. And that was the point driven to the mom in the story. It wasn't just all on Chris, on everybody hates Chris, like, oh, you defied your mother. That's how she felt initially. But Julius, her husband, was able to explain to her, like, what I'm saying, he's getting older. So if something doesn't make sense to him or doesn't seem fair to him as a person, he's going to wonder and want to know why. Why am I constantly being the one being responsible for everybody, and I have to do more than my siblings? And that's normal because like I said, me too. I too wanted to know why I can't stay outside as long as them. And a lot deeper than that, other things. But what I'm saying, just different responsibilities I had. But that's neither here nor there. Nobody gives you a pamphlet neither on being a parent. That's on period. That's one thing I've learned just as a parent. Nobody gives you a pamphlet on being the perfect person besides the Bible, and or being a great parent, and dealing with your children and not trying to avoid that. But I will say this: my mom did not allow us to tell each other that we hate each other. I'm really big as a parent, not allowing my oldest son, he doesn't do it, I don't think, to be nasty, but like to call his brothers ugly or use words like that. You know what I'm saying? That's really big to me because I want home. I want home to be where, despite everything else, when you get older, I want it to be where you can get love at. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I feel like if I love on my children and I encourage my children, my sons, to love one another, to have each other's back, to speak positivity into each other, right? When they do go out against the world and to other people and they get told stuff like, what I'm saying, you're less than, or you're ugly, or you're dumb, you're not important, they'll have that confidence that they gained from each other and their mother and father, that they're like, nah, that's your opinion, and you could wipe your with that. Like, I know otherwise because what I'm saying, I heard this. I'm told opposite, opposed to I've been told this from my dad. I'm done. So now when the boys at school, my friends, say it, I still be friends with them. I laugh it off because maybe they're right. I don't deserve anything better. This is what I'm used to. That's a lot. You know what? That actually just made me think too. That's a lot to do with why I was okay with being in a violent relationship my first go around and having a relationship at all, and I thought it was normal because, you know, we fought a lot with each other. Um, I was told that my mom was in an abusive relationship with my father. So it's just kind of like that repetitive cycle. You know what I'm saying? Sibling rivalry. Sibling rivalry could be avoided. Sibling rivalry is a repetitive cycle. And it ends up having something to do with, I think, I'm just going to say, I think later on it plays a part regardless if you guys move past as adults and you forgive the other person for whatever it is. You know, your little brother used to always tell on you, lie on you, and get you in trouble, and you felt like your parent loved the other child better because you look like your father and your father left your mom, whatever. I feel like, although you and I can sit right here and we can identify whatever it is, whatever your story is, with our siblings, whether your sibling molested you, I don't know anybody to feel like their story is um, not included in what this conversation. So regardless of what your story is, not only does it affect the relationship that we have with each other moving forward, because a lot of us, our best friends are not our siblings. Don't look at me like I just said something crazy. That's the truth. And I think it affects our relationships with people. If you just hear me out. If you have a toxic relationship, not even toxic, if you have a strained relationship with your sister and y'all fight a lot, y'all always fight, or y'all always are shady to one another, you know what I'm saying? But y'all always laugh it off and tell each other it's fun shade. I'll kill for her. I'll be messing with her. I'll be teasing her, but she know I'll die for her. I feel like it creates. I feel like it creates a person that goes out in the world and becomes a nasty person, unable to be a friend to others, or a damaged person that goes out in the world and becomes a defensive person, a nasty person, a sarcastic, catty woman with others because in your personal life growing up, that's all you knew. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even realize that you're being, you know, catty. What's the other word I'm looking for? Defensive. Because you're so used to having to be on the defense with your brother, your sister, your mother. We ain't talking about parents on this episode, but, you know. That's what it's given. That's what it's given. 33 minutes. Okay. So you know what, y'all? We had a great talk. Y'all really didn't participate, but I'm assuming that it was because I was late and that y'all tired, child, and y'all ready to start y'all Friday. I don't have plans this weekend, so I hope that y'all make a plan to come back and see me on live. I will be going live again tomorrow. I am going to say 9 o'clock again. I'm going to say 9 o'clock CP time, okay? So I'm in California. I'm on the West Coast. So, you know, take that as it applies to you. But if you make the time to come fuck with me this weekend, I would appreciate it. And like I asked y'all before, but I'm going to ask y'all again because I got a feeling you ain't do it. If you can like this video, share it with others, please. Okay, I've been getting a consistent same amount of viewers. So for those that are the realists, because I know it's the realists that's doing it, the realists that are giving me those thumbs up, staying through the video, giving me the algorithm, you know what I'm saying, that consistency, I appreciate y'all because it makes me feel like, okay, this worth doing. It's worth doing if we come down to 5 views. It's worth doing. It's worth doing because I got the realest. I got the realest motherfuckers on the internet fucking with me. Okay. So if you're on Twitch, please subscribe. I know rent due, but it's only about like $3-4. Make you holla. Okay. You can use my emotes if you subscribe to me on Twitch. But until next time, I'm so glad that y'all came by. Make sure you catch me again tomorrow, 9 o'clock. colored folks time, okay, CP time. So that means, I'll see you when I see you. Just make sure you're here. Okay, later.